Good morning. It's a beautiful morning, a beautiful fall morning this morning. I'm standing in front of my pantry shelves here in the kitchen, and you might notice there's been a new addition. I'm a big fan of the YouTube channel Old Hippie Homesteaders. She's kind of lives the same way I do up in the Northern California mountains, and a lot of the same issues and problems. And thank goodness they almost lost their homes. They almost lost their lives in the mosquito fire, but all is well and they are home. So that was a great relief because you do get attached to people, even if you have never met them in person. Anyway, I have often envied her great pantry storage. She has open shelving like me, and she has in the background, you could always see these bungee cords. So, I thought I should get bungee cords. I should get bungee cords. Wasn't so certain about the bungee cords. And then a few weeks ago on her community page, she said she'd gotten a lot of requests regarding what sort of bungee cords she used. And they were this type, which I've never seen before, a flat type. She got hers at Home Depot, but I happened to get these at Lowe's. So I'm going to talk about them for a minute. Why do you need this sort of thing on your open shelving? Well, for starters, earthquake country. I've gone through several earthquakes up here and multiple earthquakes in my life because I've lived pretty much all my life in California. And though I've never had an earthquake up here strong enough to knock anything off the shelves, I'm sure it could happen. My next home project will be not just to have the bungee cords here, but to also have these racks attached to the wall so that the whole thing doesn't come down. However, I have run into this. I have a very narrow doorway coming from the rest of the house into the kitchen. It's, I think, 21 inches wide, which is smaller than standard. So you come in, and sometimes I take a tight corner here into the kitchen, and I have knocked stuff off. Also, I have stacked stuff in here, and if I'm reaching behind to get something, I have knocked other things over, not just in the front, but also in the back. And then they go underneath the shelves here, and then I have to pull them out, and the whole thing just gets ridiculous. So I was really happy when the mystery was solved about what sort of bungee cord. So I went ahead and I got 2 sets at Lowe's. Each set cost about $9, and they had 2 bungee cords each. I got bungee cords that were 4 feet long. I thought I'd give that a try, and it ended up being perfect because the front of this is about 3 feet and the depth is about a foot. So I have them wrapped around the side and then coming across the front and then ending here. And right now I just did the front and one of the sides, but I'm going to use these and buy a couple more so I can do the same thing around the back now that I see how well these work. Previously, to keep things falling off the side, I was using cutting boards and trays and all sorts of stuff. But if you pull out the tray, you put out the cutting board, things sometimes fall off. So this is just excellent. As I said, $9 for 2 at Lowe's. And I'm going to be getting a couple more for my top 3 shelves that have glass items, canned items, and small items. My bottom shelf is large boxes, large containers, so it's not really as necessary. Things aren't as liable to fall off as they are in the higher places. So if you are interested in keeping your stuff safe and in keeping everything in place and not having things fall over or whatever, even if you don't live in earthquake country, I highly recommend starting the bungee cord practice here. I'm very, very happy with it so far, and we'll finish up. And again, great thanks to Old Hippie Homesteaders for this fantastic idea. Thank you so much for watching.